Hi guys, I got another Bigfoot story for you, a true story from a relative of mine. And the approximate time frame of this particular event was 1998. And in a place called Sulpher Springs, Texas. Now this is not my story, this is their story, but I believe them. And it's not as big as the other ones, but it was something that was unusual, so I'll tell you what they told me.
Can I get a hoo-ah?
Now, according to the story, a cousin and his friend were walking in the woods one day behind their house in Sulphur Springs. Now, I don't remember the address, otherwise I'd show roughly the area, but I'll approximate on the map where this place is. But there's a lot of woods back there, and apparently, according to what they said, was they were just walking in the woods. These were kids, teenagers, you know, throwing rocks, playing with sticks, and doing typical boy stuff when they were back there. Anyway, they were walking along, and along the trail, my cousin said that he heard a crack, like a really loud tree branch, just crack, like a tree branch snapping. Not just a regular stick, but I mean like 6-inch, 8-inch branch cracked in front of them about 50 feet out, 60 feet maybe. It came crashing down like a whole limb of a tree, kaplow, right in front of them on the trail. Well, according to him, he says, as the branch fell, they saw another big brown hairy object fall with it, as if it was standing on the branch and it broke. But the branch and the creature, crashed on the ground. It was a big hairy animal. He didn't say it was a Bigfoot. He didn't say it was a bear either, because I don't think there's any damn bears in Sulphur Springs, Texas. Anyway, this huge thing, hairy, crashed on the ground and then took off 1, 2, 3 steps and gone. Seems like that's always the story. They take 1 or 2 steps and then crash through the woods and then they're gone. You lose sight of them. Anyway, they got scared and they ran home. Well, we had gone to visit a few days, a couple of weeks afterwards. So I said, you know, they told me the story. I said, why don't you show me where it's at? Let me go take a look. So we walked through the woods, we went back there, and he showed me the tree. And sure enough, as I looked at it, I looked up and you know, probably about 30, 40 feet up, there was a big branch that just snapped, came off, looked like, I don't know, you know, the way wind damage would occur, or maybe a lightning strike or whatever. It just cracked the branch, and it was pretty big around, I don't know, 6 or 8 inches. But it was on the ground, and at the bottom of the tree there was bones, like deer bones. But if any of you have been hunters, you know that when you flesh out a deer, when you dress the deer, the bones are really white and they're very clean. When you take them off the bone, they're not red like people would imagine. They're very clean and white bones. Well, there was some bones, a couple of bones there, like from a leg of a deer, but there was no meat on it whatsoever, and the bones were kind of like, they looked like they had been gnawed, you know, the way a dog or a carnivore would chew on bones. You know, they stick it in the mouth and they're cracking it. They're trying to get to the marrow inside of the bone. So I'm not saying that the deer had been killed by a Bigfoot or any other creature. I'm saying I saw the tree, I saw the broken branch, and I saw some clean white bones that looked like they had been chewed on. I even took a couple of pictures of the bones, but those were actual printout pictures because this was a long time ago. And I have them, and if I find them, I'll be sure to put them in the video here, or maybe do a follow-up video in the future. But again, 1998-ish, Sulphur Springs, Texas, daytime, 2 teenagers, 2 witnesses witness. They hear first a loud crack in the trees, the branch hits the ground, something big and brown and hairy hits the ground, and then runs away through the woods on 2 legs. Can't say it was a human in a damn gorilla suit, I don't know. But whoever it was, they fell 30, 40 feet from the air, landed on their feet, and ran away. So I'm pretty sure it wasn't a person. Sulphur Springs, Texas. And that's the story. If you all have a story, a Bigfoot story, or a Sasquatch encounter, or a paranormal experience that you want someone to tell, maybe because you don't want to discuss it yourself on YouTube, or you're a professional and you're concerned about people's perception of you, but you still want the story told, send it to me at storytipline@gmail.com. Storytipline@gmail.com. Y'all take care.
Charlie, don't surf! Convoy of PTRs with dealer 5-5.